Experience. It's the teacher of all things. Experience. It's the teacher of all things. Its lessons propel you forward to overcome obstacles and learn how far you can go. makes you, you. And it's at the heart of every Macquarie University degree. It means you can combine virtual and on-campus learning and personalise your degree. With courses co-created by industry leaders and degrees with inbuilt internships, you learn directly from those with experience. When you're powered by our collective, you get the experience you need to get ahead. You become more than just you. You become you to the power of us. Macquarie University.
Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to this afternoon's graduation ceremony. A very special occasion, particularly for graduates on my right, who've probably waited a couple of years for this to occur. And a big welcome to parents and friends. A few things to run through first. Make sure your mobile phones are turned, please make sure your mobile phones are turned to silent. We'd appreciate that. You are welcome to take photographs, but we ask that you don't stand and impede the view of people behind. We ask that you don't walk up and down the centre aisle, nor approach the stage at any time. Today's ceremony will be screened live on Macquarie University's YouTube channel. And graduates, if you've ordered plaques and frames, please collect those at the end of the ceremony from outside and in that corner over there. If we need to evacuate, please follow the directions of the security staff. If we need them, they'll be here. So far we haven't needed them, so I always keep my fingers crossed that we never do. So that's about it, but I need to talk to graduates now. So. Well, graduates, welcome. My congratulations to you. As I said, we've been waiting, a couple of years? Any 3 years? No, we're working them down. We had 3 years on Monday. Now it's down to 2 years. So welcome. You've been very, very patient and you deserve to be here. Obviously, you deserve to be here, but it's a very important day as part of your graduation and a very important day in your life. It's something that you should never miss. And it's unfortunate that not everyone could be here. Shortly, the academic procession will enter through the centre aisle, take their position on stage. You'll be asked to stand. An Advance Australia Fair will be played. We ask you to remove your trenches for that. And when you put it back on, make sure the tassel is on the left, okay? If it turns up to be on the right, don't worry. A couple of young women around the back will sort that out for you. You all sit down. Presiding officer is the Pro-Chancellor, Professor Mansfield, and he will address you. And there will be an occasional speaker who will address you as well. Next is the important part. Okay, I suppose you probably think you're graduates, and in effect you are. Some of you have graduated somewhere before, if not here, with a bachelor's or master's and so on. So you are, for the purposes, you are graduands. It's the stage where you become graduates. Presiding officer will ask the registrar, who will be at that lectern, to confirm that you've satisfied all the requirements for the award of the degrees. And I think logic tells you that you have. So if you missed any assignments, what are you here for? Anyway, you're here. And it's a big day, as I say. So you'll be asked to stand for that. Degrees will be conferred upon you. Then you'll be asked to sit. And usher will collect the last row. Take you around the back where you'll meet me, and I'll give you one of these. Okay? It has your testamer inside. Hopefully, well, maybe some of you didn't bring it because you already have it sent to home. But if you didn't, don't worry. You'll have a sort of a dummy one. And you can keep the folder, but you don't want to keep that because it just has graduate name on it. So you'll get one of these, and we ask you to hold it like that. And I'll explain why shortly. So you get that, we'll check your name, of course, and then you'll walk up the ramp on that side where the Torres Strait Islander flag is. Somebody will stand in the corner and check your name. And you walk across to the presenting officer who will be at that lectern over there. Now, just for demonstration purposes, imagine I'm the presenting officer, and this is a mirror image. Be here, we ask you to stand in about that position from the lectern. Okay? The presenting officer will read your name. And if you have the Masters of Research, anyone today, Masters of Research? Excellent. And obviously our PhD candidates. Presenting officer will read your name and the title of your thesis. Okay, once that's been read, and for those without a thesis, that's okay. Once the title has been read, or not, the presenting officer will do that. Just touch their hat and just give a slight nod. We ask you to do the same. Just do that as a recognition of their respect to you and your return respect to them. You'll then walk across to the presiding officer, and this is where the photographer will be standing there, and that's why we ask that you hold it like that. So you shake the presiding officer's hand, photograph will be taken, and then you leave. Now, if you're halfway across and you forgot to do that, you don't have to go back and have another go, okay? So just keep coming across. And as far as photographs are concerned, you only get one chance at this. You don't get a second one. So if you muck this one up, you can't come back tomorrow or another day and ask for the photographer to be here or the presiding officer. So just make sure you at least have a smile and put that there. You come off and walk across the stage and down that exit there where that green and white sign is with that man running, or that person running, or whoever it might be. Yeah, I should say person, shouldn't I? Don't do what others have done. You've probably noticed that we have these red ropes. On Monday, a couple jumped off for some odd reason, and fortunately they didn't damage themselves in any way. Don't go down the centre aisle either. Okay, so go round there, go down to your row, and an usher will put you into the row from which you came. Now you won't be in the same seat, obviously, because first person out, first person back. Okay? Go along the row and take up the next available seat. When that's concluded, we've all graduated. Well, mind you, the 5 seats here for a PhD, they're yours. No one else can have those, okay? Especially for you today, right? So they're yours. So don't no one else sit in these seats, please, okay? Just leave them. Sit down, then someone will give the graduate speech, and then the ceremony will be, there'll be a musical interlude, then the ceremony will close. Okay, now, mobile phones, I did mention that. I was up here this morning, and as soon as I said that, one rang. So make sure they're on silent. If you have one and you don't have a pocket, bring it with you. You have your seat ticket, bring that with you too. Now, if you folded it up and it's in your pocket, leave it there. Okay? We don't need it around the back. If you want to keep it, that's fine. What we'll do is we'll just slip it in there. Okay? Now, with your mobile phones, if you don't have a pocket, bring those with you, and we'll put it in your left hand and put that in front of it, just like that. Okay? Oh, and mobile phones. Please, when you're on stage, no selfies. Okay? I don't think the Pro-Chancellor wants to be on social media for 300 times. Anyway, we appreciate that. Then, as I said, musical interlude. That's the I'll get my tongue around this in a minute. Presiding officer will then close the ceremony. They'll leave through the centre aisle, out the double door, and then around the back. And we are graduates. Would you follow 2 rows at a time, please? And then family and friends can join, and refreshments around the back. Okay? I think that's all. So enjoy today. You've waited. and you've been very patient. And we appreciate that, and it's great that we're able to catch up on those. So, okay, have a good time.
Congratulations on your graduation, the start of a bright future, a future that Macquarie University wants to share with you. As a graduate, you are now part of our alumni community, a vast connected network that spans the globe, with thought leadership and networking events, locally and around the world, where you can connect with other alumni, find a future employer or employee. Also, as part of the alumni community, you have access to a wide range of benefits, including special discounts, free access to the library for life, an alumni e-magazine, special events, networks, and career and professional development opportunities. We celebrate and champion our graduate stories and achievements, so stay connected and stay informed. Graduation is an amazing milestone and one step on a lifelong partnership with Macquarie. That's you to the power of us. Stay connected by letting us know where your journey takes you. Simply update your details at mq.edu.au/alumni.
Shortly, Presiding Officer, Professor Mansfield, Pro-Chancellor and the academic procession will enter the graduation hall. When they've taken their positions on stage, Advance Australia Fair will be played, and we invite you to join in the singing of the national anthem. Would you please stand for the academic procession?
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are one and free, with golden soil and a well foretold. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Please be seated. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite Chris Tobin, representative of the Darug people, to offer the traditional welcome to country.
Thank you. Warami Miriga. Hello friends and Nalawa. Welcome to the lands of the Walla Medigal. I belong to one of the local Aboriginal families of the Darug people, the traditional custodians over this part of the country. I wish to firstly pay my respects to the country and its people, and to thank the university for their acknowledgement of us and the invitation to welcome you here today. That acknowledgement is important for our people and much appreciated. My family, in fact, descend from Yarramundi, a respected elder and cleverman of the Burrabrongal clan during the early years of colonisation. He saw that our survival in this new world could best be secured if we could learn more about it, and so he enrolled his daughter Burrungari, or Maria, into the Native Institute, a school set up in 1815 by Governor Macquarie, offering formal education to Aboriginal children. Maria studied there for several years and used her newly acquired skills to lobby and ultimately secure some land for herself and her family out along the Richmond Road. Other Aboriginal families soon joined them, and it became known as the Blackstown, where the present-day city of Blacktown gets its name. We are very proud of her, as I'm sure your families are of you here today. And with good reason. Your success is our success. Your advancement, our advancement. Now that was probably better understood in more traditional times when camp groups were smaller and clans abided by strict sharing laws, which meant that the food that you caught and brought back was distributed throughout the rest of the camp. Your skills and good fortune were thus enjoyed by all. Your efforts literally nourished the rest of the community, and you in turn were looked after by them. Yes, we can live quite beautifully when we work together. Our Aboriginal ancestors certainly lived well in many respects, and I use occasions like this to offer them to yourselves as a model or a benchmark on how good to expect our lives today. You see, when Captain Cook arrived here just over 250 years ago, he encountered a people he described as one of the happiest people he'd ever met. They owned nothing, he wrote, but the tools they carried. They were naked, made their shelters from the bark of trees without cutting them down, and fed their families without excessive tilling or clearing of the earth. There was no slavery, no rich and poor, no homelessness, rents or mortgages. Armies were unknown, as were forts, jails, or even fences. Our lands were maintained in their natural state through fire and responsible harvesting. Our rivers and waterways kept clean and unpolluted, with people drinking out of them, as they have done around here for the past 20,000 years. So this is not a dream or an ideal, this is normal life for us, and there's no reason why it should be any different for ourselves and our children than what our ancestors enjoyed. Admittedly, there's a lot more of us. However, we are a clever people, and there is much magic in the world, I like to believe. So graduates, I would say expect great and wonderful things from your life. Life is good, and we are naturally a happy people. I would ask, though, that you share your gifts with the rest of us and keep following that beautiful spirit within you that got you this far. Do this, and I'm confident we can put together a world we can be proud of and a future that is worthy of our children. We can all do our bit. I'll do mine by winding up and letting you graduate. Just want to say congratulations to all of you and all the best in our collective future. Thank you. Yano.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to introduce Pro-Chancellor of Macquarie University, Professor Nick Mansfield.
Thanks very much, Chris, for that welcome. It's an honour to the university for you to come along and to say those words, which add a great deal of meaningfulness and significance to the event, so thank you. Colleagues, guests, families and friends of our graduands, and most importantly, all our graduands. It's my distinct honour and pleasure to welcome you here to this graduation ceremony. I bring our graduands and guests a special greeting from the members of our University Council, the university's governing body. It's our hope that today is a very happy and memorable occasion for all of you. I note that there's a number of small children and even maybe some babies here today, and I want you to know that they are especially welcome. I also want you to know that we don't expect young children to stay still or to remain quiet through the length of the graduation ceremony. This is very much a family event, and children and small children are very much a part of it and very welcome here. Today is a milestone day. Today we celebrate the wonderful achievements of those of you about to graduate. Completing a degree is never easy. It requires an intelligent and inquiring mind, determination and perseverance, and you've all made many sacrifices along the way in pursuit of your goal. You've worked very hard to get to this point, and you should feel proud of what you've accomplished. We as a university are just as proud of your achievements, and I'm pleased to be able to congratulate each and every one of you. I also want to especially welcome the families, supporters, and friends of our graduates here with us as invited guests. The fact that you've been invited by one of our graduates to share in one of the most important days of their lives is proof positive that you've been a significant influence. So to our invited guests, congratulations to you as well, and thank you for celebrating this great occasion with us. Our graduates might not realise this, but we're about to participate in one of the oldest of Europe's social rituals. If you were to pick a date, say 1500, and look to see what Western social institutions were around then and are still around today, you'd find only about 60, including the Roman Catholic Church, the Parliaments of England, Iceland, and the Isle of Man, and 6 Swiss cantons or local government areas. All of the rest of the institutions that survive from that time are universities. In fact, graduation ceremonies are even older than that. For more than 800 years, graduates have been donning gowns just like the ones you're wearing and participating in ceremonies just like this one. And since those earliest graduations, the ceremony has remained almost unchanged, a defining feature in the life of every university around the world and its students. We all realise that Macquarie is not one of those ancient institutions. In fact, we're just shy of 60 years of age. Though we're among the younger universities in the world, we're very proud to take part in this time-honoured ceremony today. But we all know that youth has its advantages. Macquarie is a very modern, forward and outward-looking university. We enjoy an enviable reputation for world-leading research excellence, research engagement and impact. We're continually progressing by extending our research partnerships, course offerings and facilities. We have a proud tradition of innovation and discovery, and our pioneering approach is built upon a collaborative and connected learning community. Even though this recent couple of years have been a period of great challenge for all of us, it remains a very exciting time for Macquarie, amidst much change as the vision of this remarkable campus continues to unfold. Macquarie has over 214,000 graduates living in more than 140 countries around the world. It's very clear we're looking forward and we're on the move, and so are you. Some of the things we all value so much about Macquarie, however, won't change. The friendliness, inclusiveness and approachability of our staff and students is often commented on by visitors to the university from Australia and around the world. This is inherent to our culture, and we intend that it will always be so. Remember, you will always be welcome here. Macquarie University will always be a leader in learning and teaching and a leader in the accumulation of wisdom, knowledge and understanding. However, our collective journey is also about building community, where we have shared values, where we share things in common, and when we care about each other, even when our points of view on some issues diverge. In other words, an ideal community of scholars. Ladies and gentlemen, academic and professional colleagues, and most importantly, our graduates, I offer you the warmest of welcomes to Macquarie University on this grand occasion. In just a few minutes, it will be my very great honour to confer your degrees upon you and welcome you as lifelong members of that community of scholars we proudly call Macquarie University. It's now my great pleasure to introduce our occasional speaker, Dr. Roger Engel. Dr. Engel is an Australian-trained chiropractor with 39 years clinical experience across a wide range of settings. These include urban and rural practice in New South Wales and Queensland, public hospitals in Australia and Indonesia, and veterans hospitals in the United States. Dr. Engel was a full-time member of staff in the Department of Chiropractic at Macquarie University from 2001 to 2021, gaining his PhD from the university in 2012. He currently holds appointments as an Honorary Senior Research Fellow in the Faculty of Medicine, Health and Human Sciences at Macquarie University and Adjunct Associate Professor in the Faculty of Health at Southern Cross University. I now invite Dr. Roger Engel to deliver the occasional address.
Pro-Chancellor, members of the faculty, staff, distinguished guests, graduates and their families and friends. I feel honoured to be delivering the address to you today at your graduation ceremony. Whether you're receiving a bachelor's, master's or PhD, your degree will create opportunities that you could never imagine. You're undoubtedly keen to progress on your journey, but it can be difficult to identify what is the best direction to take. I've experienced this myself. As mentioned, I was an academic in the Department of Chiropractic here at Macquarie University for 20 years. Some of you may even remember me as one of your teachers. I was also a PhD student in the same department for 8 of those years. This unusual combination gave me an insight into the difficulties faced when transitioning from student to graduate. We all have to deal with change throughout our lives. When I graduated from Macquarie, I faced the challenge of transitioning from being a student to being a qualified teacher. A qualified researcher, and teacher. Like you, I had to face decisions about which direction I wanted to take. The experience taught me there is no single path to success. But how do we know which is the best way forward? And more importantly, how do we find that right path for us? Arthur Schopenhauer, the 19th century German philosopher, said, when discussing the mismatch between our desires and what is possible in the world, said all truth passes through 3 stages. First, it is ridiculed. Second, it is violently opposed. And third, is it accepted as being self-evident. At some point in your professional life, you will experience this process. I, for one, have witnessed profound changes in the chiropractic profession over the past 4 decades, ones that were ridiculed at first. I'm sure my colleagues here today would report a similar experience for linguistics and psychology. When I graduated, chiropractic education was not taught in public universities. It all took place in the private colleges. The profession was small. There were 36 in my graduating class, and that was the biggest class to have graduated up to that date. Very different from the group here today, graduating. Research was non-existent and thought of as being outside the realm of possibility for the profession. Yet, within 2 years, I had unwittingly become the first chiropractor to formally conduct research on the human spine in an Australian university. The findings of this research were influential in changing the way we view the spine. To my surprise, the extent of that influence became evident when our work was included in Grey's Anatomy, the highly regarded medical textbook, not the popular television series. We don't know what the truth holds. Anything is possible. So how do you find your path to success? There will always be opportunities. There will always be uncertainties. There will always be disruptions. It's how you embrace these that determines your path to success. And for those of you who are future clinicians, it is the empathy and humanity that you learn from your patients that will help to guide you along that path. Many of you have seen your parents and grandparents grapple with the increasing pace of change in the world today. I must admit, sometimes we baby boomers just don't get it. We don't understand. You will have heard phrases such as, when I was your age, we did things differently. Or back in my day, we managed without mobile phones or Facebook. These comments, while genuine, fail to recognise that change is an integral part to our very existence. The world of tomorrow is necessarily built on the world of today, whether it is new technological advances, a better understanding of our planet, or improved management of disease. We are only just beginning to emerge from a period of unprecedented upheaval. COVID has changed our world in ways we could never have predicted. Geopolitical events are delivering a level of uncertainty that is sending shockwaves through the corridors of power. Sorting fact from fiction is becoming harder by the day. Yet, when asked by a group of young people when was the best time in history to have lived, US President Barack Obama answered, now. Now the world is healthier, wealthier, better educated and more tolerant than ever before. Today there are more opportunities to make a difference in the world than any other time in history. Very soon you will be graduates of Macquarie University. You're entering a world where you'll have an opportunity to make a difference, the chance to use what you've learned to shape your path to success. It has taken you 3, 4, 5 or maybe even more years to obtain your degree. What will the world look like in many years, in the same number of years from now? The answer to that question is in your hands. Good luck, and I wish you well.
I'd like to thank Dr. Engel for giving his time up and to be such an important part of today's ceremony. So thank you, Roger. As Pro-Chancellor of Macquarie University, I especially look forward to presiding at ceremonies like this one and conferring degrees on those who've complied with the university's requirements for their awards. I now call on Acting Registrar Associate Professor Taryn Jones to formally certify the eligibility of those who have met the requirements of their awards.
Pro-Chancellor, I certify that all of the candidates being presented here today and those who are absent have satisfied the requirements of the Academic Senate for the degrees to which they are to be awarded. Would all candidates for submission to degrees please stand?
In the name of the Macquarie University Council and by my authority as Pro-Chancellor, I admit each of you present and those who are absent to the degrees for which you have qualified. Congratulations.
Graduates, please be seated. Pro-Chancellor, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Medicine, Health and Human Sciences. I now call on Professor Patrick McNeill, Executive Dean of the Faculty of Medicine, Health and Human Sciences, to present the graduates. Professor McNeill.
Pro-Chancellor, the graduates are from the Faculty of Medicine, Health and Human Sciences, which is a broad cross-disciplinary faculty centred around health and human sciences. It contains 2 schools, the School of Psychological Sciences and the Macquarie Medical School, and 3 departments, chiropractic, health sciences and linguistics, as well as a research institute, the Australian Institute of Health Innovation. The faculty is also a core component of the Macquarie University Health Sciences Centre, which is a unique health enterprise in Australia. Macquarie is the only university that owns and operates its own health enterprise here on our campus, and we call that MQ Health. What MQ Health does is provides the opportunity for our students to undertake research or to learn in an environment where real healthcare is being practiced. And the faculty is very proud of the way it integrates its learning, its health, medical and human sciences research with healthcare, captured by the purpose of MQ Health in 3 words: heal, learn, discover. Now the graduates to be presented today are graduating from a range of undergraduate and postgraduate courses. Most of the graduates to be presented attending today will be in the Master of Chiropractic. So, Pro-Chancellor, I present to you the graduates from the Faculty of Medicine, Health and Human Sciences whom you have admitted to the degrees. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts Psychology with the degree of Bachelor of Human Sciences. Deborah Pui Kwan Chan. Millie Dasgupta. Emma Kate Peake. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce with the degree of Bachelor of Arts Psychology. Sabrina Haddad. Kirsten Robery. Bronte Grace Samuel Wilkinson. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts Psychology. Joshua Terence Baddock. Timothy Cheng. Sarah Maria Limgas Halid. Alicia Sarah Lardizabal. Kathy Liu. Riza Swala. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Chiropractic Science. Mu Ning Chan. Mariona Gernaise del Rosario. Ryan Fleming. Elizabeth Gamboa. Frances Connie Giulio. Christopher Andre Huang. Hakan Inje. Christina Lee. Erica Min Love. Kutar May. Amy Fern Chin Nguyen. Fong Teo Kao Nguyen. Yuna Park. Omar Sufi. Zohar Haider Sayed. Bronte Tukana. Rebecca Emily Ward, who has been awarded the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science Psychology. Lauren Josephine Baladi. Claudine Aurora Pashita Bautista. Natasha Francis. Jordan Lee Johnson. Jacob Knott. Lee Marshall. Nadia White. Hadia Yousafzai. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Speech and Hearing Sciences. Madeline Page Andrews. Caitlin Monique Brownlee. Sharon Duss. Alessandra Dominique Fiore. Lisa Angela Maggs. Sian Riley Mason. Pruleen Shunmugam. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Translation and Interpreting Studies with the degree of Master of International Relations. Xiao Fang, who has been awarded the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Advanced Translation and Interpreting Studies, Jin Yeon Kim. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Applied Linguistics and TESOL, Thomas Jacob Doyle, who has been awarded the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence. Saki Origuchi. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Chiropractic. Daniel Louis Aguirre Acevedo. Nicole Lee Bartel. Timothy Bellon. Jessica Baydoun. Alex Anthony Boakes. Mackenzie Hill Bohan. Branko Bojanic. Sean Austin Candler, who has been awarded the Macquarie University Award for Academic Excellence. Justine Amelia Carson. Robert Chun Wai Chung. Antonig de Tatiosian. William Hai Kai Din. Selena Du. Muhammad El Morabi. Jessica Fear. Michael Christopher Ferguson. Kate Helen Finlayson. Gillian Rochelle Fowler. Lu Meng Huang. Joshua Benjamin Jones. Ala Carter. Gina Key. Hyun Min Kim. Leo Paul Kutsarumbus. Cedar Shendao Kuros. Jonathan Lay. Poonam Lama. Kiaran Mikkel Lavers. Sarah Jane Laws. Kaiwei Leo. Nicole J. Loveridge. Laura Jane Marginus. Moran Mauhas. Karina O'Neill Meter. Anthony Mustika. Ahmed Saad O'Day. Tiana Leanne Parello. David Alexander Perdomo. Hugo John Petras. Zachary Sheridan. Yue Shu. Yongar Sim. Jordan Jia Suin. Caitlin Mei Guan Tai. Kelsey June Tarlington. Carla Tremolada. William Vuong. Anita Vaithiswaran. Kenneth Victor Burton Wright. Shi Yang Wu. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Clinical Neuropsychology, Robert Patrick Ruane. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Clinical Psychology, Emma Hedges Smith. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Translation and Interpreting Studies, Chan Wang. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Translation and Interpreting Studies, Advanced, Yu Liu. Pro-Chancellor, a high degree by research is awarded to a graduate who has successfully completed a program of study in which the defining characteristic is research. Our Master of Research is a 2-year full-time equivalent research training degree consisting of research-based coursework, postgraduate research training, and a major research project. Graduates have focused on a specific research topic to produce a thesis of up to 20,000 words in preparation to a doctoral degree. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Research, Trudy Ann Green for a thesis entitled Age Differences in Peri-Traumatic and Post-Traumatic Processing Using a Trauma Film Paradigm. The Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to graduates who have demonstrated the capacity to conduct research independently by forming a distinct contribution to the knowledge of the subject and to afford evidence of coherence and originality shown either by the discovery of new facts or by the exercise of independent critical power. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy with the degree of Master of Clinical Neuropsychology. Dr. Nicole Margaret Dargue for a thesis entitled When Our Hands Help Us Understand, Investigations into Gestures' Effects on Comprehension. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Dr. Nur Afifi for a thesis entitled Introducing Genre-Based Pedagogy to the Teaching of Literature Reviews in an Indonesian EFL Context. Dr. Wing Shan Chan for a thesis entitled An Investigation of Subtitles as Learning Support in University Education. Dr. Rebecca Jane Holt for a thesis entitled Facilitating Language Processing for Children with Hearing Loss. Dr. Anna Mooney for a thesis entitled Enhancing Planning Behaviour During Retirement Using a Time Perspective-Based Intervention. Pro-Chancellor, that completes this afternoon's presentation of the graduates from the Faculty of Medicine, Health and Human Sciences.
Pro-Chancellor, I call on Justine Carson, who graduated with a Master of Chiropractic, to speak on behalf of the graduating group. Justine Carson.
Pro-Chancellor, members of the university, fellow graduates and guests. It's such an honour to be invited to speak at today's graduation ceremony. I'd like to start by congratulating all graduates today who have made many sacrifices and overcome many obstacles to be here. Getting to the end of a university degree is challenging, to say the least, but to do it through a pandemic where we endured lockdowns, online lessons and isolation is a huge achievement. Our success would not have been possible without the help and support of our family, friends, fellow classmates, and the teaching staff at Macquarie. So on behalf of the graduates here today, thank you for being involved in our journeys. It feels a little strange to be celebrating our graduation over a year after we completed our studies, but I feel this delay in celebrations has allowed us to reflect on how our studies at Macquarie have prepared us for the so-called real life that is our careers ahead. For me, my experience at Macquarie has allowed me to move home to Adelaide and work in private practice, helping patients of all ages feel and be their best. I love my job, and I love the enormous change I can make in people's lives by doing what I feel is so little. My next venture is taking chiropractic on the road by treating patients in remote and rural communities while my fiancé and I travel Australia. It's amazing to see where our studies have taken us, far and wide, nationally and internationally. I love listening to colleagues' stories about where they are now and how they're using their degree. From stepping completely out of your comfort zone and moving from the big smoke to a tiny little country town, to moving states or working overseas, just to name a few. Wherever this step in your life has taken you, I admire you. Although we may share the same roots, we develop into different plants. It is the way we flourish and grow that makes us different, and our branches which determines our venture. I'd like to finish with a quote I recently came across from the great J.K. Rowling. We do not need magic to change the world. We carry all the power we need inside us already. Thanks to our time at Macquarie, we not only have the power, but the knowledge to further succeed. Remember, the biggest changes in the world came from one idea, from one person, and the most successful people experience many failures before enjoying success. Thank you.
Congratulations again, Justine, and thank you very much for those remarks and reflections on your study at Macquarie. I'm sure it's very meaningful to everybody here today. Thank you. that was Miss Angela Brewer, who's also CEO and Artistic Director of Coast Opera Australia. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me again in expressing our appreciation for that superb performance. Please also join me in thanking our musicians today. On the organ, Heather Mohan Boyd. And on the trumpet, Bruce Helmers. I'd also like to take this opportunity to acknowledge and thank the representatives from our alumni community who've been here today to help us celebrate the occasion. Graduates, this ceremony marks a change in your relationship with Macquarie University, but it's certainly not the end of your association with us. From today onwards, you're now part of the larger global Macquarie family. As I mentioned earlier, our alumni network is over 200,000 strong, with people living in more than 140 countries around the world. Of course, we'll always look forward to seeing you back on campus to attend alumni events, to undertake further study, or simply to visit the beautiful campus and reminisce about the times you had here as a Macquarie University student. Graduates, the award of a university degree carries many opportunities and privileges, but like all privileges, it also carries responsibilities. We urge you to commit to lifelong learning and inquiry. We urge you to set ambitious goals for yourselves. We urge you to continue the hard work that has already brought you this far. And remember, the world is not only changed by the great leaps forward of an Albert Einstein or a Marie Curie, but by the many contributions, large and small, by people just like you. At Macquarie, we pride ourselves on developing each and every one of our students into engaged community citizens and leaders. So we urge you to always give thought to what you can do for others along the way. You don't have to do much sometimes to make a real difference to someone's life. Sometimes a kind gesture or a simple kind word can make an enormous difference. We challenge you to continue to exercise sound judgment and initiative, and to always be generous in offering practical advice and wisdom to those you meet on life's journey. Our hope is that as the graduates of Macquarie University, you will use what you have learned here not only for your own benefit, but also for the betterment of our community. And in all you do, we charge you to uphold the good name of Macquarie University. It's also our hope that you'll always remember the people who helped you along the way, many of whom are here with us today. So, to acknowledge their contribution and thank them, I'm going to ask you to do a couple of things. First, I'd like all our new graduates to please stand. Now I want you to place your testamas on your seats behind. Turn around to face your families and friends, and now I invite you to give them a mighty round of applause. Okay, you can turn around now, but don't sit down, don't sit down. On the dais behind me are representatives of our academic staff who've supported you throughout your journey. Please join me in thanking them. Okay, graduates, please remain standing, but do pick up your testamas from the seat behind you. The official party is about to leave the graduation hall, followed by the graduates. As we do, our organist will play the traditional recessional music of graduation, which has been played at ceremonies like this for hundreds of years. There's an age-old set of Latin lyrics to this tune, which begins, Gaudiemus igitur dum sumus juvenes. Translation, this graduation exit song starts out, therefore let us rejoice, we will always be young. The song speaks in a whimsical way of youth and old age at the same time, of the brevity of life and the inevitability of death, of state and city, and of happiness. Again, to our newest graduates of Macquarie University, my warmest congratulations and every best wishes for futures filled with success, satisfaction, and above all, happiness. Now might I ask everyone to please stand. Shortly I will lead the official party out, to be followed by the graduates, and then invite everyone to join us outside the graduation hall for some light refreshments. In closing today's wonderful celebration of your achievements, I say again, Gaudiemus igitur, therefore let us rejoice.